Popular MMOs is, I guess, a YouTuber. I've never heard of him, but I do have a question. Where are the good MMOs, man? Is Riot gonna be the next good MMO? Cause I don't want to have to spend $15 a month, man. I want a one-time buy, and then maybe like $15. Well, no, I don't know. I want something to be able to sink my teeth into, you know, like a fun game that I could play throughout years. But something like new, so I don't have to catch up to people that have been doing it for 10, 20 years, you know? I want something more modern. Like they're saying, what's it called? Ashes of Creation. They said that's gonna be it. But I don't know, bro. We'll see, I guess. Bro, stop. This dude is like made out of metal or something? I don't know, but I guess Sunny V2 is going to tell us what happened to this guy. Apparently he went to jail. That's what it looks like.
3 times being arrested, 3 extremely messy breakups, and a dark post hinting at a range of serious problems. This video will talk about why popular MMOs completely vanished from the internet. To understand the conditions, Pat was able to gain over 17 million subscribers by collaborating each and every day with his wife Jen. However, when they announced that they were getting a divorce in May 2019, the channel's strong foundation
9 million views.
Popular MMOs went from gaining around 200 million views per month to roughly 50 million views per month, during which Pat would introduce his new girlfriend Eleni. Although
I'm thinking of like on a video.
Catastrophe. The two created a channel together.
That's still a lot though.
Friends, and in the beginning it seemed as though everything was going well. Pat and Eleni created Minecraft videos together just
after they
Pat
split.
And Jen had. However, it was
so
obvious
awkward.
that the audience wasn't all that thrilled about Pat having a new girlfriend. The videos received comment after comment along the lines
of,
this is a new
I'm glad
girl. You're happy, but in my opinion it'll never be the same as Jen, with certain Pat and Eleni uploads racking up a noticeable dislike ratio purely because he wasn't playing with Jen. This came to a head when popular
so weird.
MMOs
like, why do you care that bad?
Both Eleni and Jen at the same time, with the comment.
Why do people care that bad about like relationships with people that they don't know? Like, what if she was beating the shit out of him every night and he just didn't want that anymore, and you're over here like, oh, bro, it would be better with her. Yeah, I doubt he wants to hear that. Or what if it's the other way around, you know? What if it's like he did something to her and she's just like, bro, all these people keep asking me to go to him. Like, no, he beat the fuck out of me. Why would I want to go with him? But I can't tell him because there's a cease and desist or something like that. I don't know. A lot of these big YouTubers and streamers, they have these things where you can't, like NDAs or something. I don't even know. I guess you can't discuss the shit you do with them if they're smart. But for the most part, I don't know. I don't know how that. Ow! I don't know how that works.
Comments causing such an uproar that Pat had to upload a video trying to calm the audience.
There's a lot of hate towards Eleni, and there should be absolutely nothing. But she doesn't deserve it at all, and I would really hope that you guys would respect her as a person. She's such a nice person.
This worked in the short term, however, only 4 months later, things between Pat and Eleni began to go south rapidly. In September 2020, popular MMOs uploaded a 38-minute video titled Eleni is a Liar, in which he'd begin by addressing some of the things Eleni had said about him on social media.
He's an old, awkward, divorced man. Why you spent a year with me if I'm an old, awkward, divorced man? I don't say things like that about other people.
That's so weird, dude. Like, imagine breaking up with someone and going to the internet to fucking be petty like this. But I mean, I don't know what he did to her. Could be bad. Not really. The girl he's with is too good for him. He's an old, awkward, divorced man. I don't know, bro. We'll find out what he did. Apparently, it ain't all like cookies and cream with this fool. He went to jail, or he got arrested 3 times.
Before Eleni went on to state that she and Pat had.
People were telling me as 1 minute ago. People were telling me as 1 minute ago. I've been out. Stop telling people we broke up, we didn't even date, and stop talking about me. Delete every comment you wrote about me now. I don't want you involved in my life. After what you said about me all morning, I don't want anything to do with you until you delete everything and apologize. Why would he send her a picture? Is that his new girl, or is that the girl that they're texting right now?
had never even dated.
Stop telling people we broke up. We didn't even date. And then I posted a picture of us. Never dated, LO. Nope, that's not even me. I don't like.
Eleni had gone on to threaten Pat after the end of their relationship.
She crazy or something?
Making a video to expose him if he doesn't give me a good explanation why he's creating drama for no reason. If he is going to spew lies and talk about me, I'll tell the truth about everything he's ever done. And she can go ahead. I haven't done anything that I would ever be ashamed of.
Which prompted yet another video by Popular MMOs titled Eleni Tried to Control and Manipulate Me, in which it explained that Eleni was trying to expose him for talking to other girls.
Wait, so he ended up getting with a crazy bitch, basically? Good, you are a cheater though, just saying, and you proved it. No hate, it just shows your true character and how you treat your girlfriends. I'm not a cheater. I never cheated on you in 6 months, and I never cheated on Jen in 10 years. So it is the new girl that's the crazy one. I thought you didn't want to bring this up anymore. I was just helping you posting your story. And I don't want to fight on that, or I don't want to fight at all.
During their relationship.
You are a cheater though, just saying, and you proved it. No hate, it just shows your true character and how you treat your girlfriend.
That's so lame, bro. Like on his part. Again, I don't know what he's done, but imagine like you're married to someone for 10 years, you guys split, you get with this new girl, and because like she just happens to be a crazy fucking person, and since you've got this big platform, you know, she basically fucks you over just because she's crazy, and you did like, I guess you found out, or you guys just didn't work out.
Yet he'd then get video recordings from said girls who explained that Pat had stopped talking to them as soon as he'd started dating Eleni. In case this wasn't already wild enough, Pat would then upload a new video titled Is Eleni a Gold Digger?
Look how petty he's being though.
Accused Pat of not paying her.
I wanted in writing that we split 50% of the channel, and
This is so weird though, right? Like he's got 17 million subscribers, and this is his content. He's just talking about how his ex is a shitty person and lying on him. It's like, bro, why don't you just ignore it and stop feeding the fire? Stop. What did they say? Stop feeding the fire? I think that's what I just said.
was on Pat and Friends or Pat and Eleni. Since you always pick a fight on payday and then don't pay me, that has never happened before. That's
Stop fanning the flames. That's what I was trying to say.
Not legal. What is this? It's wrong that I have to ask you to get paid in the first place. She doesn't. And anytime I ask, you act like I'm a horrible person for reminding you, and then you refuse. That has never happened.
Pat's responses to Eleni ended up totaling over 2 hours worth of content, and if there was one lesson that he probably should have learned from this whole ordeal, was that it was unwise to introduce a brand new girlfriend with no history on the internet to his extremely large YouTube channel, as there was a high chance that things would end up falling apart publicly, which is exactly what happened. Despite this, Pat would introduce his next girlfriend Liz approximately 8 months later. However, this relationship would become an even bigger disaster in comparison to the previous one. Only 8 days after Liz's first appearance, Heavy.com published an article showing that both Pat and Liz had been arrested by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department after getting into a fight. The police report read, Patrick stated that he and his girlfriend, Elizabeth Heranek, had been in an intimate relationship for approximately 3 months and have resided together in the home for a few weeks. Patrick stated that the two have been drinking.
They be fucking... He's just like moving these chicks in every other week, bro. What the fuck? Like, take some time off, bud. You got so many subscribers and you're just bringing them into your home to be part of your videos and shit. Like, it's so crazy. Tonight, Patrick stated that the two had been drinking and got in an argument, and Patrick stated Elizabeth then got into her vehicle and left and was unsure where she went. Patrick stated Elizabeth is bipolar and acts this way often. However, he never calls the police. I read Patrick his Miranda rights via card. Post Miranda, Patrick stated, Patrick invited me into his residence to observe the damage. I responded to 911. Contacted Elizabeth and read her Miranda rights. The fuck, bro? So they just drinking a lot and then started throwing hands? Oh, if you knew she was bipolar, well, I mean, you can't pick who you want to get with. She just has to stay under control. Just to address that shit, you know? And they shouldn't be drinking. I don't know. That's kind of crazy, though. Especially because now everybody knows about it. You have such a huge channel, dude.
and got into an argument. Patrick stated Elizabeth got into her vehicle and left and was unsure where she went. Patrick stated Elizabeth is bipolar and acts this way often, however he never calls the police. The only information given about Liz was that she somehow ended up in the hospital with a concussion and abrasions, therefore the police report stated, based on the opposing stories and no independent witnesses, both subjects were placed under arrest for domestic battery. Both individuals refused to complete any of the domestic violence paperwork or provide a written statement or have their injuries photographed. Things became worse for Pat when, on the same day as his arrest, his ex-wife Jen would like a post implying that Pat was abusive, yet she'd clarify this in a following tweet reading, "I do not use Twitter regularly, and when I was messaged about all this drama, I went on to see what was being said. By accident, I liked a tweet that is now being seen in
By
a poor
accident,
manner.
yeah,
Pat never in the
okay.
10 years we were together laid a hand on me. I just want to say this because I feel Pat is being unfairly
Maybe she was
portrayed.
scrolling
I
and
apologize
clicked on
for
it.
adding more smoke to the fire, and I did not want to get involved, but do not believe everything you hear from people who
I don't
know
know how
nothing
true
of
that
the
is, though.
situation. There are two sides to every story. All I can say is from my experience, he is not the violent and abusive person that he's getting made out to be. While Jen was busy sticking up for Pat, Eleni would come back into the picture by leaking Pat's address before sharing text messages where Pat had called Jen lazy, with a description by Eleni reading, "Funny, he accuses Jen of using him. He name calls saying she is lazy, and not to mention how he hates spending time with Jen. They are not so close and best friends as Pat says, allegedly," after which Pat responded to the whole situation by stating, "Don't believe everything you hear. I will need to address the false accusations soon. And Eleni, thanks for leaking my address and harassing me and Liz when she told you to stop posting about her and you refused. Oops, here's yours," before changing
my
the tweet
God,
to
you
instead
petty
conclude
fuck.
with, "You are a terrible person." Okay, the last tweet was too much, possibly realizing that fighting fire with fire was going to end badly. Later that day, Pat returned to Twitter by stating, "Still haven't posted anything because it's so complicated. There are people I don't want to hurt with my response. I've never hurt anyone, but I'd almost rather take the hate myself. They never tell you how hard it is to have a job in the public eye," which was followed by more screenshots from Eleni showing that Pat was privately trying to stop the drama, having stated, "We can meet up and work it out if you want, I don't care. I don't even hate you, I just don't want all this drama online. I'll give you 24 hours to take down the personal conversations. After that, I will have a lawyer handle the situation. Neither Liz nor I want the conversations online. Please do the right things. I don't have any
Then why
videos
do they
up of
keep
you
posting?
anymore. I'm giving you time out of respect before making it a legal issue. I don't care about me, but you're hurting people I care about by posting those online."
He was doing
Eleni
the same
responded
though,
not
wasn't he?
by taking down the screenshots,
I guess she
but rather by changing her
kept
YouTube
going, bro.
profile picture to Pat's mugshot, prompting one final response by Pat stating, "I see Eleni changed her profile picture on YouTube to a mugshot. Guess she's getting ready early for all the slander and defamation of character," after which this round of drama finally
That's still
died.
petty, bro.
The issues between Pat and Liz seemed to work themselves out pretty quickly, as only 5 days after the arrest they were back to posting videos together as if nothing had ever happened. They'd post
That
another
all
video
happened
2
within
months
5
later in which they'd
days?
get fake married in Vegas.
Oh,
But
fuck,
for the
I
most
was
part,
like-
it seemed as though their relationship had gone back to normal. However, in October 2021, Pat posted an unassuming video titled "Buying Our New Book Into the Overworld" before completely disappearing from the internet. His Twitter was hacked and deleted, as was his TikTok, with his only social media presence being on Instagram, where he'd confirmed that he was still with Liz by posting a Christmas photo. That would be until the 3rd of May 2022, when the two got arrested again, this time for a much more serious reason. Police documents explain that after getting into a drunk argument,
Upon arriving, I made contact with the victim, who advised she was battered by her boyfriend. The victim stated she went to main event with her boyfriend and the suspect Patrick for drinks and games. The victim and suspect currently live together and have been dating for over a year. The victim advised the suspect got too drunk at main event and she wanted to go home. The victim advised they decided to leave the main event, and while driving home, the suspect began punching her in the right arm while she was driving. What the fuck? I did not observe injuries on the victim's right arm. The victim stated a heated verbal argument ensued while they drove back to the address. The victim advised when they returned, the suspect fell asleep outside the residence due to his intoxication, and she locked all the doors to the residence in fear of him coming inside to hurt her. The victim advised the suspect eventually awoke and was holding a knife while standing outside the residence. Victim stated the suspect said he slashed the tires of their vehicle and wanted to come back inside of the residence. The victim stated she observed the suspect holding the knife to his arm and yelling. The victim advised she then came outside of the residence because she believed the suspect had calmed down. The victim stated the suspect then began to chase her with the knife, screaming obscenities. The victim advised she began running around the outside of the residence and down the street of the neighborhood, screaming for help while being in fear of her life. The victim stated the suspect eventually caught up to her and stepped on the back of her heel. I observed a cut on the victim's left heel, which was still bleeding upon my arrival. The victim stated she fell when the suspect stepped on her heel, and then she got up and ran really fast to get away from the suspect. The victim advised she then ran further down the road and found a security guard in the community and waited for police. The victim stated she did not touch the suspect at any point during the altercation. The victim described the knife as a medium knife, but did not know any further descriptions. The victim refused to complete a domestic violence paperwork. The victim refused to have her injuries photographed by an ET. The victim was provided a victim services guide. Damn, bro. So he literally chased her down the road with a knife. Okay, so they said they saw blood on her heel. So obviously something happened. I don't know how she would cut herself. I don't know why she would lie about that. But then again, like, if it's down the street, bro, wouldn't your neighbors see? But then again, he's also drunk as fuck. So they had to have been, like, I don't know, eyewitnesses? Especially if she's yelling for her life. People would look outside, maybe.
Pat went outside and fell asleep, after which Liz locked the doors to the house, fearing for her own safety. When Pat woke back up, he was, quote, holding a knife to his arm and yelling. Liz then stated the suspect then began to chase her with the knife, screaming obscenities. The victim advised she began running around the outside of the residence and down the street of the neighborhood, screaming for help while being in fear for her life. The victim stated the suspect eventually caught up to her and stepped on the back of her heel. The victim advised that she then ran further down the road and found a security guard in the community and waited for police. Pat then stated that at no point in time did he touch Liz. Pat advised at the residence that Liz began striking, hitting, and throwing things at his face. Pat stated he was locked out of the residence by Liz, so for no reason he decided to slash the tires to their vehicles. I observed slashed tires on both vehicles consistent with the suspect's story, with the police report also including a witness who stated that they saw Pat chasing Liz down the street. Pat seemed to have learned his lesson from the previous arrest, as he wouldn't address the incident on any social media channel for well over a year, but in the meantime he was arrested once again, this time for streaking at a football game. Popular MMOs had already performed a similar stunt in a video titled $2,000 if you jump on the baseball field, so when Pat was named in an article about his friend streaking a Jaguars game, it wasn't all that big of a surprise. Pat had been filming the stunt from the sidelines, possibly for his YouTube channel, and as a result he was also arrested, appearing in court only 2 days later.
Alright, Mr. Gionel, good luck. That was a stupid thing you
that
guys
don't look
did
like
yesterday.
him.
Sorry.
Pat would address the incident in a community post reading, I just wanted to say that there's been a lot of rumors going around. I can't say too much, but I was wrongly arrested at a football game, and the clip people are seeing online is right after they dropped my charges for wrongly arresting me. We all spent a day in jail and then were released. I just can't talk about it because one friend has an ongoing case, and I need to wait for that to be resolved. Pat continued with another post reading, I want everyone to know I am fine. I'm happily living with my girlfriend Liz. Things have been a bit crazy as seen over social media, but that is also part of things being blown out of proportion because of having a job over social media. I'd be lying if I said things have been perfect, but we're happy and I do have good friends in spite of what has been said over the news. I have to wait on talking about everything because of the corrupt legal system where I live, but I am fine. I live with Liz and Cloud and we are all okay. Life can be a bit crazy sometimes, and because of that I need to wait to talk about everything. I just want to assure everyone that we are happy, and small things can easily get blown out of proportion
6
with
months
social
ago?
media, with this post implying that the two had gotten back together once again, given Liz had posted
After
a
he
TikTok
chased her with a
talking about their
knife?
breakup only 2 months prior. Pat then made another post stating, I'm really considering coming back. I don't need money or anything, I really genuinely miss it all a lot. I started
It's gonna be
because
awkward,
I loved it
bro.
and it would make me happy. It would probably be with my friends. It wouldn't be with Jen, she has her own life. Money-wise I was smart compared to most YouTubers.
Why would you bring her up?
I invested my money, I don't need anything from anyone. Not even close, I just want to entertain people and have a good time, which will make a lot of people happy. Yet the most depressing post wouldn't come until May 2023, when Pat would finally address everything. Elizabeth, you've been posting about me hurting you when I never hurt you. I went to jail twice and there's been countless videos about me. And don't be hard on her, she has BPD, PTSD and depression. My first arrest she said I hurt her. We had a night out at the bars, we're drinking. She got upset while we were making love and started breaking things. And I tried to hold her down to stop her. I had bites and scratches all over my body. I was arrested because she was super drunk and trying to drive, and I was also doing the wrong thing drinking. I popped the tires in both our cars, and they gave me a felony charge saying I assaulted her with a deadly weapon. She was also arrested, and she's been arrested with everyone she's ever been with and been in and out of the mental hospital. I can't lie, I've done and said not very good things. But after a year of a woman you love cheating on you, beating me while we're on vacation and leaving me on the opposite side of the country, it changes you. I've been so hurt I've drank a crazy amount. I drank so much I spent 2 days in the hospital in the last week and lost 15 pounds. I woke up shaking and laying on the floor crying, and all I got was a text from her calling me a liar. I'm on the brink of falling into a void which I cannot escape and I need support. Just know I love Liz and you don't need to say anything bad to her, with his final public statement being a comment reading, "I'm just suffering so much."
Way to fucking just end it, bro. Damn, I hope he's okay. That kind of is like one of those things where you're seeing one person's side and you're like, huh. And then whenever you get the full picture, you're like, holy fuck, I was wrong all along. What the hell? So she's just kind of... She's like this person, man. She's not healthy. And he kind of like masked it, I guess. Or just took the front. Took the blame and was just like, whatever, dude. I don't want the drama. I don't want to fight. It's what it seems like it's coming off. Like he's like, yeah, I don't... Like if he knows, okay, she's obviously got her things that she's got to deal with. I don't want to have to like give it any kind of attention, you know, because then it's just going to make it worse. He did kind of fuck around with it at first a lot. Like he was being petty and like whenever he leaked her address too and shit. I don't know, that you fanned the flames way too much, bro. That shit got out of control. I went from a campfire. It caught one of the overhanging branches on fire, set fire to that tree. And then that shit spread it. But I mean, at least well, at least nothing. He seems really upset, and hopefully nothing worse comes out of this. Hopefully they both move on. That's a shitty experience, man. You kind of just, you know, you have this relationship with someone. I don't even know why Jen came in so often. Like it seemed like they were together for a while. They had the YouTube page, but then they just kind of split, and then he did his own thing and she did her own thing, but she kept getting kind of brought up. But him, I don't know why he would keep trying to do the girlfriend thing on YouTube. He should have just done his own thing, like solos. He didn't need to bring his girlfriend into the videos. And that was the first crazy girlfriend. Then after her, he goes and brings a new one. I mean, yeah, he saved with the second one, right? But like, why? Then it makes everything public, bro. You should have stuck to yourself. I'm not trying to blame anyone, though. It's like, what can you do? You know, whenever you're in love, you're in love. I don't know what to say. You're blinded. That's why it sucks when people take advantage of it, or when people turn out to be not who you think they are. Imagine someone crazy just kind of just has a mental breakdown and tries to say you are something that you're genuinely not, but you cannot convince them otherwise because they have convinced themselves so hard that this is true. It's like, well, what the fuck? How do you prove that? You know, it's like, how do you prove that you're innocent? Hopefully he's okay, though. That shit sounded depressing at the end. Hopefully he's okay. And hopefully she's okay, too. Hopefully they're both getting the help that they need. Hopefully they're not both abusers. I know alcohol is like terrible and it brings out the worst in people, but I don't know how they would get cut up without shit being thrown, you know? I don't see why they would hurt themselves, but people do hurt themselves, so it's kind of just, hopefully they're getting the help that they need.